The story of Thomas Warui Njoka, alias Tommaso Gagula. The rich kid who became Nairobi's most wanted gangster. Tommaso Gagula was born in 1992 as Thomas Warui Njoka. He was the second-born child and the first-born son to David Njoka, a senior manager at the Ministry of Health, and Catherine Timitra Njoka, a peer counselor at Kenyatta University. Together with his siblings, he was brought up in a perfect family with excellent morals and values, as his mom was a devout Christian who doubled as a peer counselor at Kenyatta University. Surprisingly, unlike most gangsters who are born in slums, Tommaso grew up in Langata Estate, which was arguably a suburb for the rich and affluent in Kenya during the early 2000s. Here, he was able to make friends easily since he was a social kid. Like most Kenyan parents who love their kids, Tommaso took his primary education in Nairobi, and after performing exceptionally well, he joined Pioneer School, a private school in Maragua, for his secondary education. Sadly, while in Form 2, he was involved in an indiscipline case that led to his expulsion. This was a letdown to his family, especially his father, who had sacrificed a lot to give him the best life he never had. Moreover, it was after this expulsion that Tommaso Gagula chose to drop out of school completely, a decision that further widened the gap in the relationship between father and son. Due to the unfavorable environment at home because of his parents' incessant pleas for him to go back to school, Tommaso decided to leave home for good. He packed his few belongings and went to Kayole, where he rented a small house. Here he thought he would find the peace he wanted. Coming from an affluent family, he was fascinated by the thrill of ghetto life, and it was here in Kayole that he found his love for Matatu culture. He'd spend most of his days hanging around toots, and just like the adage goes, he became one. One person who ushered him into touting life was the dreaded gangster Kevo Lumidi, who was also a tout. Kevo Lumidi, who later died after posting on Facebook that he had little time left on Earth since the police were on his trail, was the founder of Mauki Family Gang. Due to Tommaso's great interpersonal skills, Kevo Lumidi helped him secure a job as a toot for a new matatu in Kayole called Telebang. It's now that his journey as a tout began. To show his joy, he even got silver teeth to embrace his newfound life and blend in well. Together with his crew, they spent their days plying the busy Kayole CBD route while enjoying the sweet herb of Wajakoya. According to him, this was the best life ever. If not at work, he'd spend his days and nights enjoying the sweet, juicy plant from Meru and dancing to reggae music at his favorite clubs. He was so popular in these joints that even celebrated reggae DJ and founder of Rastyle Entertainment, Musical Sheriff, was his personal friend. This was long before the DJ became a household name. It was this love he had for reggae music that also had him travel to Ukambani for the burial of celebrated MC Daddy Konya, who had passed away during the Westgate Mall terror attack. Sadly, unbeknownst to many, this lifestyle was not solely supported by his touting career, but by his criminal activities that he had started doing at night with his friends. During the day, he was a tout for this matatu, Telebang. But at night, he'd be one amongst a gang of robbers and carjackers. Police suspected this but couldn't pin him down due to lack of evidence, so they could only wait. But as the saying goes, the days of a thief are 40. On one of his expeditions, when they hijacked a matatu at night, a witness said that she could recognize the voice of one hijacker as that of a tout she knew. That voice was none other than Tommaso's. You would think that with his cover blown, Tommaso would lay low like an envelope, but not him. Tommaso continued with his day-to-day job, thinking that he was the smoothest criminal ever, after Michael Jackson. Together with his team, Chafwa, they continued to rock the reggae. On March 12, 2014, Tommaso, together with his crew, tried to rob a petrol station along Kangundo Road. However, they were unsuccessful and fled the scene since the police were now on their radar. The next day, the DCI police approached his parents at their Langata home, asking them to save their son and take him to the village, as he was now treading on murky waters. But like most parents, his parents denounced the police's claims as utter nonsense. On that same day, his parents called him to ask about what the police claimed, and after refuting those claims as baseless, he posted this warning to DCI detectives on his Facebook account. Clearly, he wasn't afraid. On August 12th, he went for his last mission at South Sea. They ambushed a resident who was waiting for his gate to open with a firearm and sandwiched the victim. Later, they drove off towards JKIA, where they threw him out of the car. Luckily, he was unharmed and went ahead to report. 2 days later, plainclothes officers received an unexpected lead. The stolen vehicle with 3 occupants was seen parked at Buruburu Shopping Center at 11:30 p.m. The officers waited to pounce, and when the occupants left the vehicle to go to an ATM while surveying their surroundings, the sleuths identified one Tommaso Gagula. On seeing the potential danger, the 2 suspects fled the scene, leaving one Tommaso Gagula behind. Tommaso was sprayed with 13 bullets, and that was his end. He died at the age of 22 years. He was buried at Langata Cemetery after his father declined to bury him on his land, and even attend his funeral. Luckily, he was survived by his son. His mother never stopped loving her son until her demise in 2021, supposedly due to stress. She posted about him on her Facebook page, detailing how she missed him every day. Like a great grandma, she even took Sean to see his father's grave.